The following is a Shot TV live presentation.
Coming to you from Portage la Prairie, this is the 2016 Canad Inns Men's Curling Classic. This event is part of the World Curling Tour and is proudly sponsored by Canad Inns. Hello everybody, welcome to the broadcast. I'm your host, Mike Valente. We are just outside of the Portage Curling Club, connected to the Canad Inns. You see the legendary Coke can in the background, and we are just minutes away from our championship match this evening. And you know, Portage la Prairie is such a small town, only about 15,000 people live in the area, but for the last week or so, it really has been the home of some of the best curlers in the world. Team Carruthers will take on Team Thomas in our championship match. We're entering the Portage Curling Club right now. Let's send it to Kevin Hirschfield and Kathy Gauthier. Guys?
And thank you very much, Mike Valente. Well, it's been a day of upsets here at the Canad Inns Men's Classic in Portage la Prairie. Kevin Cooey, Brad Jacobs, and John Morris, the first three teams to qualify for the playoffs this weekend, all eliminated in their first playoff game. In fact, all the semifinalists qualified through the Seaside. So sometimes it doesn't matter how you make the playoffs, you just got to get there, Kathy. And our finalists tonight have proved just that. Alberta's Charlie Thomas, Manitoba's Reid Carruthers. What can we expect from this final tonight?
Well, a really great game, and it is not unusual to see the A-side teams go out early because they have a day off. And while you think that that's great because you qualify early, it is because you're guaranteed money. But then you sit for a day where these other teams like Reid and Charlie have played and played. They're more comfortable with the ice. They're more comfortable with what's happening. The rain last night, it's nicer today. So this is where familiarity is great. Charlie loves a lot of rocks in play. That's his mixed experience. Reid will do whatever Charlie dictates. We saw a very shaky Reid Carruthers yesterday. I thought personally himself, they were much different last night. I expect a really good game.
What does a win in the early season for one of these teams mean for them as they move forward into what you've called the glory season, the provincial championships and potentially the Canadian championships?
Well, for both of these teams, it's a nice check no matter what happens here tonight in their bank book. And more importantly, it's points. Both of them really looking to get in the Olympic trials and avoid the pre-trials, which is a really long process. So it's that, but it's also the confidence. It's also that we're doing the right things. So to be in the finals of this event, one of the best events on the tour, it says that they're having a great season.
Carruthers and Thomas, $60,000 on the line and a chance to be a Canad Inns Men's Classic champion. Mike Valente caught up with both skips.
Here with skip Charlie Thomas. Charlie, you guys just knocked out the defending champions. Tell us about your match with Steve Laycock.
Yeah, we kind of just controlled the game pretty early. I mean, we got an early 2 points on them, and I think that was really the only difference. I mean, they kind of were scrappy the whole way, but we managed to hold on.
You've been a force in mixed doubles. We're curious, has your experience with mixed doubles kind of given you an edge with men's? Because it is a complicated game, right?
Yeah, I mean, there's always a ton of rocks in play, which translates really well to how we like to play the men's game as well. Your draws just improve, and that just makes you a better player.
Appreciate your time, Charlie. Good luck.
You bet. Thanks.
Here with skip Reid Carruthers. Reid, tell us about your draw versus Sean Meacham just a few hours ago.
Well, it was a very good game. There was probably a game-winning shot that we made in the sixth end. It was one of those shots that I gave to the sweepers, and they made it for me.
And now the final. It all comes down to this. What are your thoughts heading into Charlie Thomas?
Very good team. We've played them a few times. We've always had a really good game versus him. I think we beat him earlier this year, so he owes us one, but I'm not wanting to let him have it.
We'll see what happens. Thanks very much for your time, Reid. We'll go to break. You are watching the 2016 Canad Inns Men's Classic on Shot TV. The action begins in just a moment.
In this dominion of football, every Western team holds on to a championship story. We're here to bring you the next story.
Crown Produce Canada West Football is live on Shaw. Tune in Friday, October 21st, when the defending champion UBC Thunderbirds fight for their playoff lives when they do battle with a high-flying attack of the Regina Rams. Crown Produce Canada West Football, only on Shaw.
Outward Bound Canada, with the support of the Shaw Kids Investment Program, helps vulnerable youth build resiliency and leadership skills through inspiring and challenging journeys in the great outdoors. Outward Bound Canada is proudly supported through the Shaw Kids Investment Program.
Canad Inns Destination Centers, proud to support our community with 10 destination centers in Manitoba.
And we welcome you back to the Canad Inns Men's Classic in Portage la Prairie, where Reed Carruthers, Charlie Thomas playing for that beautiful looking trophy right there. And of course, $60,000 on the line in this World Curling Tour event. Here's a look at the playoff bracket and how the teams got there. Remember, we told you off the top, Carruthers and Thomas both qualified for the playoffs out of the C side. So look at the opponents they've beaten today. Carruthers with a win over Kevin Cooey this morning, and then he defeated Sean Meacham in the semi on the way to the final. Charlie Thomas, with an impressive win over Brad Jacobs, and then he knocks out the defending champion here in Portage, Steve Laycock, and now they're both here in the final. An impressive run for sure for both of them. Kathy, I want to talk a little bit about Charlie Thomas here and his team as Colin Hodgson throws the lead for the Carruthers rink. Many of our viewers familiar with the Carruthers team, maybe not so much with the Charlie Thomas rink out of Alberta. They have, or Charlie at least, has a career in mixed doubles. What can you kind of tell us about this team?
Well, I thought that the comments that he made to Mike were really interesting, because Charlie is known internationally for his mixed play. It was in Sochi 2 years ago with Kalen Park, now Kalen Virtue, and really has studied a lot about the mixed game. And it's interesting because you heard him say that it translates into being comfortable with a lot more rocks in play, because you have to with mixed. They start with rocks in play, and we're talking the mixed doubles, not the traditional mixed. And you also have to be very, very good at precise draw making in mixed, and he feels that that translates itself over. That will tell you that their style of play will be lots of rocks when they're comfortable with the ice conditions. And in this very first end, they lost the draw for the button. Charlie sliding just a little bit deep on his draw to the button, and so that takes that little bit of a, an oomph away from playing lots of rocks when your opponent actually has the hammer. But it is interesting. We're seeing, we talked about John Morris and Rachel Holman playing mixed together. We're seeing the top men's and women's teams going to mixed now that it's an Olympic sport. But Charlie's actually done the reverse. He's really established himself in the men's game with the mixed team, and really translating that over to a very successful men's team.
The Thomas team consists of third Nathan Conley, second Brandon Clausen, and lead DJ Kidby. They were actually provincial finalists in Alberta last year, defeated Kevin Cooey in the 1-versus-2 game there.
I remember watching that.
But then Kevin Cooey came back, and they met again in the final, and it was the Cooey rink once again winning Alberta. So the Charlie Thomas rink right there, and they'll be hoping to get pretty close in Alberta once again this year.
DJ's been there for to the show before, representing Saskatchewan, so there is a lot of experience on this team.
And the Carruthers team, well, most of you have heard of them. Manitoba champs from a couple years ago. Definitely will have their eye on the Viterra Championship, which is here in Portage la Prairie. Braden Moskowy, the third. Derek Samagalski, as you see him shooting there, is the second. And Colin Hodgson is the lead.
Braden, a very successful Saskatchewan curler. Very much as we see many teams these days, where you're allowed that one player that does not live in your province to join you.
Nice sweep, guys. Yeah, buddy. Didn't look like that was sliding great.
Good chance in an end like this for the Carruthers team to draw weight. They've obviously had a lot of games out here, but this is the first time that there's only one sheet in play. And so sometimes that really does change the ice conditions. You have less air circulation because there's not people running up and down. Conditions are colder because you don't have the body heat from the additional players, and so it is a bit of a feeling out.
Okay.
Talking about the Alberta Provincial Championships there hasn't been someone with a name other than Kevin represent Alberta at the Brier since 2005.
Isn't that insane? I mean,
Kevin
it's 2016.
Kevin Cooey, of course, and you may remember a guy by the name of Kevin Martin.
Yeah, yes, I do, actually.
Solid.
And the last guy not named Kevin to represent Alberta at the Brier, Randy Furby. I mean,
that was for a collective number of years.
Just a tough province to get through.
Oh, it definitely is. I think that one year that Kevin Martin chose not to play in the Alberta Playdowns because of the Olympic Games was the year that Kevin Cooey first broke through and went on to win the Worlds that year. And so you knew that there was this incredible talent in that province that just couldn't break through because of how good that Kevin Martin team was. And now, of course, with the men's adopting the Team Canada concept that the women's Scotties have had for years, that Kevin Cooey team with winning last year goes back to the Brier, and it really does open the door for someone else in Alberta to come out this year. I'm sure that will be an interesting play down in February.
Has to be a boost for this Carruthers team. No matter where you beat them, they still beat the Cooey rink this morning here in Portage la Prairie. Has to be a bit of a boost for them knowing, hey, we just beat a world champion this morning.
Well, I had a bit of a chat with the Reed Carruthers coach, Dan Carey, before this game. And the game that we did yesterday, they, meaning the Carruthers team, did not look like the unit that we've seen before. They were a little bit shaky, a little bit, you know, they didn't know that the broom was in the right spot. We heard Reed with some confidence issues. And then we kind of glanced over a little bit last night when they were playing the C qualifying game, took a 6 in that first end and rolled on. And, you know, Dan's saying that they're obviously, you know, they pulled things together. And that's where the coaching still comes in. I think a lot of people feel that once you get to men's and women's, it's not necessary. Well, it may not be as much as with juniors where you're giving them extra thoughts about strategy. But it is important to have an outside person that really knows the game, as Dan does. Take a look at the team and say, here's what I observed. Clear the air, talk about what needs to be done. And the team is a completely different team than the one we saw yesterday.
Go to the mid. No, this is good.
Nathan Conley, the third there in the Charlie Thomas rink.
What do you want to see, Hodge?
Hitting
like,
and rolling
90?
out. Quiet end here in this first end of the Canad Inns Men's Classic final between Reed Carruthers and Charlie Thomas.
And I think that you can expect that the next end we'll see the Thomas team try to force it a little bit by the placement of the first stone. But as long as those rocks are in the house, there is no need for Reed Carruthers to gamble or risk.
Go, boys, go. Hard, boys. Come on, boys. Go, go, go. Go, 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 go. Okay, good. Nice, sweet. That was probably 14 and a half. Sorry, guys.
The Carruthers rink, excuse me, a good performance last week at the Direct Horizontal Drilling Fall Classic. Finalists there, they lost to Steve Laycock in an extra end, but coming into Portage la Prairie on a bit of a hot streak. Have to be feeling good about themselves.
Oh, okay.
And we get our first look at the skip, Charlie Thomas.
It's good.
Very compact delivery, stays very low in the hack.
Yep. 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 Yep.
Charlie Thomas, a two-time World Junior Champion, 2006, 2007, World Champion. Actually beat Sweden's Nicholas Edin in the 07 final. So quite the junior career for Charlie Thomas. Still looking, I guess, to get that big breakthrough on the men's side.
And it's tough, you know, when you come out of a juniors that has had with the kind of success that Charlie did, as you mentioned, back-to-back worlds, then you go into men's, and it is a different game. There are definitely teams that can make that conversion and have really good years, but the degree of difficulty and the need for just consistency is so much higher in men's that I think that a lot of juniors that are very successful struggle and often walk away from the game for a while or period, just because the frustration of not winning as you did so much in juniors, it really starts to beat you up.
Yep, go over, go over, go over. Good.
Nice story.
That's Reed Carruthers' first stone. Well, and that's what Charlie Thomas did. Reading a little bit into him, he actually, after the his junior days ended, he kind of took some time off curling before the Brock Virtue rink kind of recruited him back into it, and here he is a couple years later now.
You got to love what you're doing out there. This isn't your job. This is something that you do and you choose to do. And yes, there's definitely money involved on the line, but it's not a sure thing. And so if that's the reason that you're playing and the only reason you're playing, it can get very, very frustrating. And so if it gets to that point, sometimes stepping away is good until you get that passion rekindled and come back to play for the right reasons, which is the love of the game.
Hard! Hard!
And so a rollout, that allows Reed an opportunity for the free blank. And you saw where he wanted Braden to hold the broom, always wanting to make sure that you're throwing in a spot that perhaps you haven't thrown in before, just to take a read of the ice.
Final stone of this first end for Reed Carruthers. As he'll just slide it through for the blank. And no problem there. So a quiet first end here in the Canad Inns Men's Classic final between Manitoba's Reed Carruthers and Alberta's Charlie Thomas. They blanked the first end. Carruthers remaining with the hammer heading into the second end. We will be right back. It is the Canad Inns Men's Classic right here on Shaw TV.
So you think you're a big shot? You're not. Fame is fleeting, Johnny. You have to earn it. They don't just give it to you. You're here because you love the game. Not for the interviews. Not for the endorsements. You can't forget where you came from.
Hey! What are you waiting for?
What are you waiting for?
At Shaw TV, we are proud to bring you live events and we value your comments. Call the Shaw TV viewer response line now, 204-480-3500, or email us, shawtvwinnipeg@shaw.ca, and let us know how we're doing. Or find us on Facebook and Twitter at Shaw TV Winnipeg.
Tavern United, a new world sports pub with a wide selection of sporting events televised at our 8 locations in Manitoba. Tavern United, a destination for great sports all the time.
Welcome back to the Portage Curling Club early on here in the championship match between Team Carruthers and Team Thomas. A quick social media update for you. We're online all the time, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Shaw TV Winnipeg. We're getting some tweets already. Steve Lundeen is watching our YouTube stream on our YouTube page. Type in Shaw TV Winnipeg when you go to youtube.com. Rebecca is also watching as well. And let's get back to the action now. A reminder, we're also on HD channel 303 as well as Shaw TV channel 9. Back upstairs to Kevin Hirschfield and Kathy Gauthier. Guys?
Thank you very much, Mike Valente, as we return to second end action here in the Canad Inns Men's Classic final. Reed Carruthers and Charlie Thomas. The first end blanked. So the Carruthers team with the hammer here in 2.
And more traditional and what we thought we would see. So Charlie Thomas came in on the first one. That's the stone biting the top of the 4. Carruthers asked Colin on his first to throw the corner guard, and then that shot stone capped off by the Thomas team on the second lead stone. And we are in it.
Weight's good. Close. You're there. Yep. Just line. A little heavy. Bumping. 2 feet. T-line. Close. It's tapping it. It's T-line. Curl. Curl. At 14-5 on that. Yeah.
These two teams met last week on the tour with the Carruthers team winning a quarterfinal matchup.
Speed's pretty good here. God, just got a 14-5. What were they, back 8? Close, yeah. Back 4.
So we're seeing a lot of these same teams actually.
Over and over.
We saw the Laycock team in the semifinals. They won last week.
We've talked a lot about how deep this field is. These are the best teams. And so it is the tour that they go on week after week, trying to get better, and the best way to do that is to play against the best that there is, and so they do go head-to-head very often during the season.
Hard, both in yellow. Hard, still gotta go. Yep, whoa.
Trying to freeze to the face of that stone, get on the inside.
Nice.
Be nice to make this.
Yeah, I agree.
Make that back one.
I agree. Try it. Good shot. Just make it. Hair high. An inch.
Yeah.
For sure. Yep.
The win over Sean Meacham in the semifinal that Carruthers had was 2-2 in the sixth end. Bunch of Meacham rocks in the 4-foot. Carruthers had to make a very difficult draw, and he got some help from the sweepers, but they brought it right in. It was a draw for one, proved to be the difference, as the Meacham rink could not go ahead after that. And Carruthers won that 4-2.
The plan here was to run that guard back and hopefully pick off the stone in the 4-foot. Gets the guard, but leaves the 2 stones in the house, intact.
Throw a tight guard to the center. I like the guard for now. Yours was fine here for weight.
And the Thomas rink came out this morning, and right from the get-go, it was all over the Brad Jacobs rink.
Up. Hey, room. Easy. Got to move a little. Just halfway. Got to curl, boys. Line's not bad. Yep. Cross center. Yep. Good.
What's the ice looking like here tonight, Kathy, so far?
Really good. There's not been any issues at all. Fair Nashman has done a great job, as he always does. It's really got a lot of movement outside in. We definitely saw that the intern side moved a lot more, but look at the quickness. And in fact, those, you could say 14.5, 2:15 between the hogs, and we just heard them say 4:25 for the interval. It's your back line to hog line, the kick speed, if you will, that you throw the draws with. So very, very quick. It does make it difficult on making precise shots. You know, if you want to be within a couple of inches, we saw a little bit overswept Charlie's draw to the button by his team. The rocks slide really well. Great ice conditions. There's been no complaints at all from the players.
Nice, Derek.
As Derek Samagalski throws his final stone at the end.
Just tap. Sure. Tap frozen. What are you looking for? Back 4?
The weight?
Yeah.
I'm just trying to throw kind of T-line on my own.
Okay. Hey, where is it? T-line.
A little bit of roll.
Whoa. Close. Whoa. Yep. Middle heavy. Maybe you'll, no, wait. Yep. Hard. Gotta go for line. Hard. See. Hard.
Hard line! Hard line! Hard line!
Great shot, beauty.
Very nice.
Nathan Conley on that shot.
Can you hack the top one?
A couple options.
Well, he called to go down and tap it. And the tap is made perfectly to freeze to the shot stone belonging to Reed Carruthers, and that's the problem. He's still shot, but that stone, that blue stone, you can see that any
You're gonna
touch.
You can't really miss. You're gonna hit one of them.
You're gonna hit one, I don't hate it.
You're thinking this, stuff it.
That's good, or stuff the other one.
You're gonna stuff this, I think.
Oh, we're in big jail.
It's probably a dead jam.
Maybe, it looks like it just goes right on there.
The other shot is to throw peel and play it this way.
Yeah, I don't mind that.
It's pretty good.
As they discuss Braden Moskow's first stone of this end.
Yeah.
We talked about Brock Virtue and how he was the guy that kind of brought Charlie Thomas back into curling. Braden was on that Brock Virtue team for a little bit from Saskatchewan.
Like don't really like draws, no good. The other option was like doing this.
Yeah, I don't mind that. I like that a lot, actually. Corner freeze it. Yeah.
Okay. Just like draw to the button path.
Hey?
Just draw to the button path.
Yeah.
Trying to take away an opportunity for Charlie Thomas to make a play on that blue-yellow locked combo by corner freezing on the top stone. For Reed and his team, very comfortable if this is how the situation ends and Reed has to draw to the button, remembering that he just threw that draw to the button to win last rock. So feels pretty confident about not only how to get there, but what the weight is.
Mine's good.
It's there. It's there. Weight's good.
Easy, close.
Top 8 almost. Top 8. Top 8. Top 8. Top 8.
And that's what we talked about, just how fine that line is between making the perfect freeze and over sweeping it a little bit, because it is so quick and it slides so much.
Deal? Deal? Yeah. Let's play for the roll. Yeah, there, right?
Yeah.
Yep, a little bit. Okay. Whoa. Yep. Yep.
Nathan Connolly,
Whoa.
the third for this Charlie Thomas rink.
Whoa. Whoa. Whoa.
Removes one yellow out of the house.
Maybe just hitting all under it.
Yeah, I agree.
Take a look at that impact.
Trying to figure out the line. It's 1-2 for sure. Let's try to figure out who's third.
Go to here. Doesn't really have anything.
Basically dead sunk on the
Third
center
and
one.
fourth, it looks to be Reed.
This is where I threw AB, so
Didn't do much, eh?
No, mine didn't. Bumper, you feel positive.
Yeah.
It should run pretty good here, B. Overrolling, it's not the worst either. No, I agree.
A huge opportunity all of a sudden for the Carruthers team. If they can hit and roll under, there is a double on those top blue stones. And all of a sudden there's a pile of yellow stones.
Please.
Easy almost, I think.
Whoa, lock that. Ah, whoa, close.
Solid.
Whoa.
Ah.
Yep.
So Moskowy looking for a hit and a roll here.
Whoa. Curl. 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 Curl.
Hard.
There's the hit.
Good shot.
And I'd say that's a pretty good roll.
Bumpar's back, maybe? We're the freeze for now.
Now they're just waiting for that last finish. This intern side definitely goes, trying to help it a little bit. Got the roll, hope to roll just that little bit further so that Charlie wouldn't have a stone to freeze onto.
I think you're still 14-5.
Yeah.
I
thinking about a 15 right here.
Charlie Thomas there wearing the backwards Philadelphia Eagles hat.
Just now?
We've seen a lot of Blue Jays hats out here this weekend.
Yes, we have.
From a number of the teams.
They're absent today. Let's hope the Blue Jays aren't. You heard Charlie say he thinks that he needs 15 in this path. That's the hog to hog.
A little bit of room.
Early.
And that tells you that the conditions have gotten even quicker from the pre-practice and the early part of the end, which was about 14 and a half.
Yep. 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 Yep.
And this is really curling.
How do you...
How do you make that double? What does he do? He's got to make a cold freeze.
It's tempting too. You can. There's other options too, like this. If he bounces off, it's a 3.
You can go here. He might have that.
But
6.
look where you're rolling. Like you're coming back into here, right?
Yeah.
If you're ever on that line, you're like back in this area and you can't get shot if you throw like bump. So you got to hit like a quarter rock, so you're rolling steep.
Yeah. Could make this double.
Really puts the pressure on him.
And then he's got to be careful.
He's got to make a perfect freeze.
And then if he's chaps off or something.
I don't think playing the double makes
actually,
much sense
you know
because
what?
he does this. We're never getting at that far.
It's sunk.
I think off the 6s are shot or the draw around.
Play the double
But that one we can leave
yeah.
here, right?
Yeah. Well, even if I end up nosing though.
Yeah, the miss would be to flash it, and if we hit a quarter, we're back into this area, and it's really good. Right?
Drawing here for now too.
Good draw with the good draw with the intern too.
Yeah.
You could. You just
not on the 5 though. It just got to throw.
Understand. Back.
You got to be full 8.
Yeah.
We're guaranteed a score if we go and play something over here. Is all
If
my
we
thing.
play the big roll, as long as we roll that we're in it, in full 8 foot is pretty good.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that's probably the shot, guys.
Good, but then you leave it here, and
you're leaving catchers. I was thinking you draw here, and then he caps, and I either draw.
It
What's
is.
that?
That's the only way we give up a steal. Well, not the only way, but if we leave it a
I don't
little
mind
high,
playing this hit and roll, guys.
Sure, whatever you want, man.
So it really is a personal preference. They want to get to the same spot, which is sort of the back 8 foot, back 4 foot. 2 ways to get at it. One is the intern draw that Reed was talking about. Braden's concern is that if he happens to be not as deep and he's on the 4 foot line and there is a freeze made by Charlie Thomas, they can't get out of the end. The other shot they're looking at is this hit and roll to get to that same spot. And then they're feeling that Charlie Thomas will have to make a very precise corner freeze on the stone in the 4 foot that he just attempted. And if he bounces off at all, there's a shot for 3.
Good discussion there between the Carruthers team. Remember, there are no time clocks at an event like this.
I think that Reed's just the body language that I was observing. He was very confident to play the draw. I think that for Braden, he was very worried that if the draw wasn't made perfectly, it's an out. You have to make the draw really well. Whereas this shot, if you don't happen to roll it far enough, you're not going to give your opponent an out. And I think it was the cautionary Muscowie that sort of obviously ruled the day.
No, whoa, please, yep.
So Carruthers deliberately trying to hit his own here and try to get more of a roll.
Well, you can kind of, I guess that if we, there's almost no hole.
Well, they waited very patiently for that stone to finish up enough to curl. And you see Braden there ready to go, as well as Colin, to get that roll under. It is completely buried.
If it rubs it, as long as I play back line, I'm still sticking around right there.
Right. Okay. So we're trying to.
I think play it right onto there.
Yeah. Really close to home.
Yeah. Like right there. It's gonna be pretty close. We'll come at the end. Yeah, just back line.
So playing the tap on that blue stone that is not shot, not second shot, but third shot as you look at it, the highest one, you can see that it can come straight back.
Okay. Tap it a hair on the inside of the net.
This is a really tough shot because you see he has to navigate the port, needs the right weight, can't hit it at all on the outside because it will graze off those other two blue stones.
Okay.
In this game, teams selected color, but they could choose the stones from any sheet in the building. And so they all have their rock books and will be throwing pairs that they've thrown with confidence and feel that they have some finish.
An early important shot here for Charlie Thomas. As he becomes second stone there.
That's a pretty good shot to cut down not only the number of points Reed can score, but also the scoring zone. It's a tough shot. Hangs out a bit, gets that deflection off one of his own stones. So for Reed, full 4 foot will give Carruthers' team the 2.
One more.
Okay. Okay.
Good. Whoa, whoa.
Okay, bud.
Hold draw, T-line, guys.
Okay, buddy.
I think it's the same as draw the button.
Okay. That's what we kind of thought.
Yeah. 14.
Okay.
Yeah.
Toss her, bro. We're in the T, Hodge.
Reed Carruthers a chance for an early advantage here in the Canad Inns Men's Classic final. He's got one in the bank in the second end, and now a draw for 2.
Line's good. T.
I liked it.
Okay. Like to sweep it a bit. Yep. Yep. A little heavy, maybe. Yep. Yep. Pretty close right now. Line only. Need a chip. Line's good. T. Pretty close. Yep. Yep. A little heavy. Whoa. 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 A little heavy.
Line's perfect.
Yep. A little heavy. A little heavy.
Line's
chipping.
good.
I'm chipping. Yep. Whoa.
Sit now. Sit. Perfect.
Great shot, Reed.
Well read by the sweepers, well thrown by Reed.
Draw for 2 for Manitoba's Reed Carruthers. And a 2-0 lead after 2 ends here at the Canad Inns Men's Classic in Portage la Prairie. We'll be right back for the third end. 2-0 Carruthers, Shaw TV Channel 9.
Shaw TV proudly presents Hurry Hard, the Manitoba Curling Show. Join us for in-depth coverage and analysis on all things curling, including the latest news, upcoming events, as well as feature interviews with some of the most prominent curlers in the province. Kevin Hirschfield hosts Hurry Hard, the Manitoba Curling Show, Fridays at 5 p.m. on Shaw TV.
Behind the War Amps logo is a legacy of amputees helping amputees. The War Amputee and the cenotaph represent the heritage of the War Amps. The children represent its future. War amputees, like Cliff Chatterton, have devoted a lifetime of experience to innovative programs that ease the path for child amputees and their families. Through CHAMP, the War Amps legacy will continue.
Canad Inns Destination Centers, proud to support our community with 10 destination centers in Manitoba.
Back here at the Canad Inns Men's Classic in Portage la Prairie. 2 for Reed Carruthers in that second end, and they lead it 2-0 over Charlie Thomas.
And some very good shots made in that end by both teams. That's the level that we would expect in this final of such a great event that is so deep in talent.
DJ Kidby is the lead on the Thomas team. You mentioned it earlier, Kathy, a Canadian junior champ with the Kyle George rank all the way back in 2005.
Run, baby. Coming down.
Was also part of the Brock Virtue team that went to the 2013 Brier. He was the lead on that team.
Top 4.
And with Colin sliding a little bit deep on the first one, it does change where this second stone goes by Colin.
Looks like top 12 right now, top 8.
Okay, well, go ahead.
If he was top
Touch
4, you
4.
might be seeing a tight
I think
guard, but
actually
because that
good.
stone
Okay,
is
top 8 for
behind
sure.
the tee line,
pretty
something
good,
that Charlie
guys.
Thomas can
Pretty good.
freeze to, they want to protect that stone by being in the house, although high.
Touch 4.
Nice shot, Hodge.
Throw, Hodge.
Job, attaboy. Good throws, man. Those are really good throws. Give him a bump back. Okay. Back line. It's close. This is a 3. Close. Yep. Back. Deep. Back 12. Yep. Yep. Really hard. Really hard. Yep. Go, 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 go. Yep. Still on it. Yep.
Really light. It's just not a good rock, I don't think. Okay.
Now they're talking about the rock. He said not a good rock. I don't know whether he means he didn't feel that DJ had thrown it well.
Okay.
And it wasn't a good rock thrown, or perhaps that rock is not matched. Again, going back to the advantages of having a coach or someone that does know how to read rocks and captures all of that for you. That rock selection is a huge part of a lot of teams' success. You have the chance to throw the weapons that you want, and they're not always matched. Sometimes you choose a set that is, you know, obviously for weight they're going to be consistent, but if you find a cutter, for example, on straight ice, you may want to keep that one because you're going to be able to put that stone in spots that your opponents may not be able to, but you really do need to know what they do.
Good. Touch hard. Nice throw.
Back 8.
And a
Back 12.
trio of Carruthers rocks in the house here early.
And so this is the tap back. Charlie not panicking with a hit weight that could roll out. Just want to manipulate those stones, move them back. They start to create a wall that, even though it looks fabulous for Reed Carruthers right now, his own stones can start to become his headache.
Yep. 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 Hard. Gotta go. Gotta go. Hard. So good. Yep, 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 yep. Okay.
That's good. Okay.
Maybe just a little heavier on the thing.
Goes over the top.
Okay.
Hard. What's that?
Just all throw
So you
this
just throw firm, Derek.
Sure.
Goes pretty easy if you're on the nose.
Okay.
In.
Sure. Should run pretty good here, bud. Yeah. Okay.
So you heard Reed, by hitting it on the nose, it will definitely clip one of their own, but it will roll out across the top of the other two.
Whoa. Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, curl a bit, curl a bit. Nice.
Beauty.
A couple yellows removed.
Cranking up the difficulty here.
I know.
And so that reduces the number of yellow stones, but you can see from this angle that it does expose that first stone that Colin threw that slid a little bit deep, and that is the stone that they were talking about freezing
I don't
too,
mind
but
hitting and rolling over.
bit of a change of plans.
Control.
And that audible by Brandon, I think, just feeling that they've got that corner guard, they can utilize it by hitting and rolling underneath it.
Hard! 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 We got it. No, it's not bad, or do you want to roll it?
Roll it back to the center.
Yeah. Don't want to leave a pocket.
Firm.
I want to flirt with that guard. Oh, yeah, you got some there, bud.
Firm.
Yeah.
I know, but yeah, sorry. Rolling under the guard and rolling big aren't much of a difference to where you hit it.
I think if you didn't know what Reed Carruthers' profession was, you could almost guess that he's a school teacher. He is just very patient. He doesn't get flustered. He's very calm, very succinct in how he communicates.
Read up, read up. Yep.
Nice.
You know, for a substitute teacher as well, that's got to be extra important. You get sometimes the kids acting up when you're the sub.
Sometimes? I bet you weren't great.
Well, hey, I know if Reed Carruthers was my sub, you'd see none of that.
Yeah.
I'd be sitting prompt in my seat.
Goodness, draw. Yeah.
You can draw the next one too.
Yeah.
Playing the hit and roll.
Roll. Clean. Yep. 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 Whoa. 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 Close. Yep.
And for the roll again.
Very nice.
Good shot.
We are.
Crazy down. T-line?
Yep.
If we're buried, T. If not, go to it, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it'll be good now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So 4.
I like 4.
And that 4 is 4.00, talking about the interval split times.
Oh, a little heavy right now.
I got heavy.
I got 10. Oh, play to the back then. Heavy. Back one. We need the back in. Whoa. Whoa. Clean. Whoa. Back line for sure.
Good genetics for Braden. His father, Kelly Muscowie, former Saskatchewan champion.
No line.
Colin.
No line.
Clean, Colin. Just 9.
Easy.
Just do it.
Yep,
Just
line,
do
line. Good.
That was a good option for them. They said if it was going to be buried and above the tee line, they would leave it, but it's their way of lying to and forcing back to Charlie.
We're all there right now. Okay. Room. Close. Curling. Close. Yep. Hard. Whoa. Still there. Close. Bumping. Still close. We're still bumping. Whoa. Yep. Keep line. Whoa. Easy. Whoa. Nice job. Beauty.
Very nice.
Nice shot.
14-2 on yours. I got
Back-to-back, very nice freezes by both thirds.
Yeah, a little bit. I think theirs is good though.
Okay.
Yeah. But the right weight is a nice sweet weight.
Probably looking at 14.5 now with.
Yeah, everyone's got there without sweeping, eh? Yeah.
14.5, I think. I got 14 and then 14.2.
Okay.
14.5 with a bit of a dust. Just stay here high, guys. Line is more important than anything.
Okay, bud. Toss your bro.
So first stone for Reed Carruthers in this end.
A little heavy. 6-7. Looks a little heavy to me.
Don't touch it.
Looks like 10. A little more than you. Whoa. This is back line.
Right off then.
It's back line for sure.
Right off. I'm gonna try and chip it, but I got a curl still.
Whoa. It's back line.
For sure?
It's back.
Yep.
Back 12.
Yep. Gotta go.
Whoa. Whoa, wait. Well, it's back 12. I'm just saying back 12. It was back 12.
Oh.
Yeah, it's got to get pretty tight to the guard, right? Yeah, I mean, obviously we want to go right in there, but just like that line, just enough to punch it to right here. Okay. Right there.
So while that stone is open for Charlie Thomas, the challenge is that it does take that slow, gradual move over, and to try to get that inside roll underneath the guard to lie to buried. There's a great shot of it. They do need to throw that really quiet weight, so he's not even looking at moving that stone out of the house. He just wants to tap it back enough that it's third shot, but most importantly, roll his shooter underneath.
Pretty close. Okay, whoa. Got room.
Close. Stay close.
Wait.
Weight's perfect.
Whoa.
Might be a little big. Whoa.
Gotta wait a little bit.
Whoa.
Whoa. Clean.
Whoa. Finish.
Whoa. Clean.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep. Whoa.
Whoa.
Whoa. Whoa. Whoa. Whoa.
A very nice shot.
Might be able to get them both out.
I was thinking just freeze. Oh, okay. Yeah. So the Thomas team lies 2 here.
And watch the rotation all the way down for Charlie. Very crisp throws, lots of arena ice experience. And when you're only one team out there, sometimes the ice gets a little bit soft. And it is that rotation that really makes a true throw.
Just freeze.
Yeah, these teams have been playing all weekend with sometimes 7 other games going on at the same time. Today, of course, during the playoff round, fewer games going on, but this is the first time, the only time that they're playing as the lone teams on the rink.
This is a huge shot for Reed here early in this game. Corner freezing onto that stone just rolled by Charlie Thomas. Corner freeze can negate this end, but it is a very precise shot. We've talked about how quick it is, how keen it is, and difficult for the sweepers to make it perfectly without bouncing off.
Line's good. Sweeping for 6.
Reed Carruthers' final stone of this
We're
end.
in at 8 now. Whoa, then, offset.
2-0 lead for his team here. Trying to avoid having the Charlie Thomas team, though, get right back in this one.
Hard!
It appears that it is 1 for Charlie Thomas right now. They just lost the line a little bit on that shot.
Do you see a chance for 3 here?
They're awfully close together.
I think just play the same shot.
I think it is there.
Okay. Straight on the center line.
So it's not about coming down to the second one. He's just going to try to wick about a third of that stone over just to push it sideways almost, enough that his shooter's going to roll to the 4 foot. So that's the shot for 3 for sure.
Just slice it over. Exact same weight.
Final stone of this third end.
Little
Charlie
less.
Thomas.
Yep. Hard!
Looks like he'll have some points, but how many will it be?
Keep going.
And that over curls, gets the fortunate break off the guard for the single.
And it appears like they're going to measure here. Just in case.
They are actually, you know, you're right. It's to me, it's absolutely 2. We had talked about that before they threw, that we thought that there was blue that was shot. And so his stone that went off the guard is the sure point.
And it looks like they signaled blue there. So 3 ends complete here at the Canad Inns Men's Classic Final. Reed Carruthers and Charlie Thomas. We'll be right back after this on Shaw TV, Channel 9.
Sometimes we all need our space, and that goes for recyclables too. Toss them loosely into the bin without stuffing containers into one another. For more recycling tips from Multi-Material Stewardship Manitoba, visit simplyrecycle.ca.
Tavern United, a new world sports pub with a wide selection of sporting events televised at our 8 locations in Manitoba. Tavern United, a destination for great sports all the time.
Back here at the Canad Inns Men's Classic in Portage la Prairie. It was indeed 2 for Charlie Thomas, so we are all tied up through 3 ends between Reed Carruthers and Charlie Thomas. Looked like they had a shot for 3 there, though.
They did. That's what he was playing for sure.
Yeah, a little bit of curl.
You saw a little bit of frustration by Braden on that.
Get off that line.
If Charlie had made the called shot, you know, that's a really good shot, but obviously got a little bit inside and grazed off the guard.
Good shot, Hod.
And got fortunate with that kind of weight that it didn't roll out of the house. And that's also one of the reasons that you throw that kind of weight, is it gives you a lot of options. But for the Carruthers team, you know what? It's a tie game. You still have last rock. It's in the 4th end of an 8-end game. Pretty comfortable with that, I would think.
A little tight. Line's a little tight. You can go a bit for weight. We can go. Yeah, you can go. It's tight. Okay, it's hanging out there now. Whoa. Line's up. Weight's good. Whoa.
I gotta finish.
Brandon, can you?
Can't.
How much
No,
we can go?
can't.
Oh, okay.
Take the double.
Take the double here, Hodge.
Out. Normal weight.
Whatever turn you see. Looks like an end to me, but I'm not throwing it.
If you're okay with that.
The end, yeah.
Kind of weight. Normal, control.
I was thinking normal.
Okay.
Go, buddy.
You heard Reed Carruthers call for his lead Hodge. That's Colin Hodgson.
And they're playing the in turn because to make the double, it's more natural that your stone that you're throwing,
the other way, maybe.
your shooter will roll a little bit to the wings. And with last rock, Reed does not mind having another corner guard.
Yep.
Hard. Hard.
This is okay.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Want to guard that? I like guard. I might throw in a high guard. Okay, sure.
Had a good chat before the game with Reed's father, Robin. mentioned how much his son loves to win.
Yes.
I mean, we all love to win.
Yes.
But he actually points back to games of Monopoly played at the cabin back when they were young, and Reed really wanted to win those Monopoly games. And it's actually still a running joke in the family.
Mr. Intense.
Yep, line's a bit tight.
Robin wanted me to make sure to say, though, that the last time him and Reed played a game of Monopoly, that he was victorious.
Wow.
Robin was victorious. So
Got that set up, did you?
we anxiously await the next game of Monopoly between the Carruthers.
I don't think I can roll it in though.
I'm not sure that that
I think I got
picked
a nose
anything. I think just underthrown.
Easy.
Yeah. You got a little bit of curl here, Hayod.
And so for Derek, going to run that stone just thrown by Colin straight back.
Nice positive throw. Get that weight right, hey? Yeah.
Would really like to roll his shooter to the wing. Do not like that center guard without, or rather with last rock here in 4.
Easy, maybe a hair big.
Whoa, whoa.
Easy,
whoa, whoa. 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 Yep, yep.
Good shot. Sorry, guys.
Good weight.
It's good.
Sorry, just a
Good
little
weight.
wide.
Perfect weight.
Just a touch.
He also mentioned Reed and his wife have a dog. So Robin went out and got a game called Dogopoly for the dog.
For the dog.
Yes. Apparently that exists.
How well does the dog play? And does Reed win him?
He says they never let Reed win.
The dog?
No. He says, Robin says they never let Reed
Reed's
win as a
just
youngster.
losing every substitute teaching job he's got out there if he's losing Monopoly to a dog.
They never let
Bring it
Reed
out
win like
under.
you sometimes might let your son do.
See the whole thing.
And he would still win most of the time,
Maybe
so.
get to the inside.
Sure you can. That comes in there nicely.
Okay.
Yeah, I could probably get to the inside with just
Yeah,
hack.
it curls, so make sure you got hack enough to kill it.
Yeah, good hack. We nose it. We're good.
Yeah, nose is nice.
Okay, boys.
You can see that for Derek, he can see most of that stone. And we do know the finish here is so good, it will really go. And so you heard Reed say just enough to make sure that it goes out, but that quiet weight so that they can get the roll under.
Weight's good. Weight's good.
Yep.
Yep.
Derek Samogowski, the Carruthers second.
Whoa.
No. It's got a curl. It's got a curl. Roll it away.
Yep.
Roll it away.
Whoa. Yep, yep.
Roll it
yep.
away.
Yep.
Blue one,
good,
blue
good,
one.
Good. That's good. Good shot, Derek. Nice weight.
You see he's got the corn broom there to slide out. That's just a personal preference. That we don't see that too much around the rinks, although some skips.
See a lot of tuckers with it. It's certainly lighter. If you look at the McEwen team, they all throw with corn. Both kids throw tuck. They throw with corn. It's tuckers. Jeff used to throw with corn. Carrie, Vic. It is not unusual to see tuckers throw with corn. It's harder to find corn now.
Okay.
Did the kids always use the corn brooms? Was that
Always.
something you started them out with? There you go.
Yep, for throwing, for sure.
For throwing.
Throwing
I
normal
don't
here
think
to
they've
keep it
been
a little
alive long
higher.
enough to see anybody
No.
sweep with one.
Maybe we'll see that one day.
I
The
don't
resurrection of the corn broom.
I think that with
sweeping-wise.
all of the sweeping rules now, I think that, they've ruled out hair brooms. Those are a thing of our past. And, for corn, other than as a throwing tool, there would be so many complaints about debris and chaff on the ice as there were in the old days that I think that those are a part of our history, and a very colorful history it was.
Wow.
Same way.
Miracle.
A little less. No. No. Jeez.
You ever owned something called a rink rat, Kathy?
Yepper. Big red cloth thing that made a lot of noise when you swept.
A lot of noise.
An aggressive shot.
You didn't make any
Mine
noise?
just a draw, too. I like the split if I make it. Yeah, it's pretty tough though. It's high.
Throw just through the rings, quarter rock. Quarter rock's perfect.
Yeah. Probably easier to spin it in with the out.
I like the in.
In is really tough.
Okay, I like the out.
We've seen lots of this
Quarter
too.
rock, Pete. It's almost touching center, right? You just gotta touch center. Just gotta get the weight right. Yeah. Touch it. Yeah.
Okay, so you're throwing back line?
I think just through the rings, yeah.
Yeah, it's got to be about here, yeah.
Yeah.
So trying to utilize this opportunity with that rollout to split that stone that is tight to the house.
I think it's close. I like
And the reason that Reed felt that the intern, even though it's got more room as you look at that, because there's no guard on that side, is tougher, is because it curls a lot more. And so your odds are more that you would come down on the nose or tap it into the open where they feel they can hold this stone out here long enough.
Really good weight. It's a little heavy.
No.
Colin,
No,
Colin.
you gotta go in that. Gotta go in that.
Go. Get it in there. Whoa, Derek.
Okay, nice try.
Just control, bud. Control.
I think we'll get a little movement here.
Yeah, where do you want to
Well,
roll?
lucky.
Big roll?
I don't know if we want to roll behind there, do we? Just gonna, well, I guess it's not bad if you freeze.
You roll like a hair almost.
Okay.
It's good.
Okay. Control.
Okay.
Control. Just a little bit under there. Oh yeah, we got enough room there.
We are broadcasting from upstairs in Tavern United, and the smell of those chicken wings is just so good. It's hard to concentrate.
Control up.
Whoa, whoa.
How many hours do we have left here?
I know.
Close. Yep. Hard. Hard. Whoa.
Looking for the inside roll. And gets it.
Good.
Hey.
A little more finish.
Okay.
That should be good.
Speed should be pretty good here, Doc.
So, right here, eh?
Even a little higher, just a touch.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Top 4 depth, boys.
Okay.
A foot, 2 feet above the tee.
So wanting to be shot, but not wanting to be down to the face of the stone, because then that just allows Charlie to repeat what he did and force Reed to take the single. If he's above it, something that Charlie will have to worry about, and a tick off will allow an opportunity for 2. Reed very much still playing for 2 with his 2 stones.
Okay.
Line's good, 5-6.
Weight's pretty good. I like this weight.
Little bit if you can. No, line's good.
First shot of the
Top
4th
4.
end for Reed
Looks like
Carruthers.
T-line.
Weight's pretty good.
Weight's coming
I
down.
want my broom, like top 8.
Curl.
Good.
Going to put this behind
What's
that
that?
guard.
Curl.
Right to my broom, boys. My broom.
Pass the curl, guys.
Pretty good. You can keep going, keep going. Hold on. Sit. Good shot, Reed.
Good shot, Reed.
Pick that out. Yeah. Take a look.
We'll see if there's a tick there.
Yeah.
I think you'd have to throw hit weight just to pick it straight sideways. Any sort of down weight, you almost are guaranteed to jam back onto your own. So this is just the straight pick out.
Final stone in this 4th end for
Yep.
Charlie
Yep.
Thomas.
Whoa. Whoa.
Trying to tick that yellow out. He's gone right through.
Wow. Okay, yeah. I like that.
You're right in the middle.
Yep. Exactly where I had you. Okay.
I'll just clean it kind of the
Really
whole way.
sweep it, so I'll be good.
We can touch our yellow and be okay, right?
Same
And
throw, bud.
Carruthers has a shot for 2.
That's good.
Same way, they probably. We can come to our yellow, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
An opportunity for Reed for sure.
Yeah, same throw, man. Weight was perfect.
Had the opportunity to throw this on his first, knows line, knows weight. Sweepers have just seen this. Looking to gain that 2-point edge back one more time.
Last rock of this 4th end.
Like too early.
Reed Carruthers.
Similar, touch more. I got a little less.
He had a 2 in the second end.
Yep. I got a little less.
Looking for 2 more in the 4th end.
Clean. Weight's good.
Clean.
Weight's
Clean.
good.
Clean.
Yeah, weight's good.
Straight on it, guys. Clean.
Weight's
Can't
good.
hurt it.
Weight's good.
Can't hurt it.
Weight's good. Weight's good.
Good
judge,
boy,
Bunch.
Reed. Good boy.
Sorry, Reed.
And nicely done.
Good throws, buddy.
So 2 more for Reed Carruthers and his team, and they lead 4-2 through 4 ends here at the Canad Inns Men's Classic. Kathy, they've been able to get their 2s when they needed to rather than settle for singles. Is that kind of the difference here so far?
No, so far it's really come down to that winning of last rock advantage. It's been teams being able to absolutely capitalize when they've had the hammer. So now Charlie Thomas will need to do that in 5 and find a way to steal in the back 4.
Once again, $60,000 on the line here in this World Curling Tour event. Steve Laycock, the defending champion, eliminated earlier today in the semifinals. So we will have a new champ here. Will it be Carruthers or Thomas? Mike Valente has both of them right now.
Thank you very much, Kevin and Kathy. Reed, 2 in the second, another 2 just there. How have you thought of the game so far?
It's been a pretty good game. Both teams have made some good shots. We got a lucky break on the last one because Charlie missed and is uncharacteristic, so we'll have to play a little better.
How do you find the ice in this championship match?
I think the ice has been really good. It's very consistent, lots of curl on both sides of the sheet.
Charlie, from your perspective, how have you thought things have gone?
I think good. I mean, I just missed my last one. Otherwise, it's a pretty tight game. So, I mean, we're still in it. We just got to battle back a little.
There's lots watching on TV. There's a crowd inside, but in here it's pretty quiet. Only one match going on. Are you comfortable with that atmosphere? Do you like how it's quiet? You can focus?
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't make a whole lot of difference to me for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, there you go. Both skips. Coming up after the break, we'll have a chat with the CEO of Canad Inns. You're watching the 2016 Canad Inns Men's Classic here on Shaw TV. Back in a moment.
6 weeks ago, first-year curler Jonathan Chow could barely find his balance. But on the last rock of the last end of his Monday Night Men's League, he makes his first double takeout on purpose. Yeah, that's right. He called it. He made it. And today, for this one moment, Johnny the Hammer Chow feels like a pro. What will your great moment be?
They enrich so many moments in our lives. They help us in ways we expect and in ways we count on every day. If you love pets as much as we do, don't miss Shaw TV's pet show called Petology. We have an animal expert panel ready to answer your pet questions, so email them to createtv@shaw.ca or give us a call. Don't forget to send us your pet pictures and videos too. Petology, Wednesdays at 7 p.m. right here on Shaw TV.
Canad Inns Destination Centers, proud to support our community with 10 destination centers in Manitoba.
Welcome back to the Portage Curling Club here in Portage la Prairie, joined now by a very special guest, Dan Lucier, the CEO of Canad Inns. Dan, I know you've been with the company for 15 years now, but you took over for Paul Robson in the CEO position in February. What have you made of this weekend so far?
It's been a fantastic weekend. We've had some awesome games, some shots that were just incredible. Semifinals were very interesting to watch, and looking forward to the finals.
Absolutely, and that final is Team Carruthers versus Team Thomas. Any thoughts on that? Great competitors.
Very good competitors, and happy to have Western Canada finalists. So, yeah.
For such a small town, Portage la Prairie does host the mixed doubles now, the men's classic and the women's classic every October. And why is it so important to keep this tournament in Portage la Prairie specifically?
Well, 7 years ago, we had the chance to take the tournament over and keep it going, and we did. And we've been very pleased to keep it going and bring world-class curling to Portage la Prairie. One of the fundamentals that's key to Canad Inns is being involved in the community, and this is a great way to be involved in the community.
Absolutely. Well, we wish you the best of luck in terms of viewing it, because it's going to be a treat for everyone. Thank you very much to Dan for his time. We will go now upstairs to Kevin Hirschfield and Kathy Gauthier.
Thank you very much, Mike Valente. Mike mentioned it there. What a stretch of curling it is in Portage here. During that kind of early season month, you have the Mixed Doubles Classic, which was here at the beginning of October. Here now, the Men's Classic next weekend, the Women's Classic. So many of the world's top teams all coming to little Portage la Prairie, Manitoba, but it is a spectacular month of curling here for sure.
Well, and hats off to Canad Inns for taking the ownership of this. There's always been, for a very long time, a great quality men's spiel here, but to add on the women's and to add on the mix, it really is just a stop for anyone that curls on the tour. And it's not just for anyone. You have to be someone to get into these events, because they are just not regular bonspiels. They're top notch. And what a luxury for people from Portage. You have the opportunity every year to come out and watch the best in the world just down the street.
The mixed doubles bonspiel from a couple weekends ago, won by the team of John Morris and Rachel Homan. Quite the duo.
Well, I heard them say they thought that picked right out of his hand. A lot of cleaning going on out there.
Still okay if you can get it here. Okay, well, too much now. Okay. Perfect. Now I can get around that.
Of course, we've brought you a couple of great games here on Shaw TV this weekend from the Men's Classic. We'll be right back at it next weekend from Portage la Prairie in the Women's Classic.
And some great teams looking at the draw that's already made up for that event. Very much like the men's, a lot of international flavor with some of the greats from Sigfridsson from Sweden to the top American teams, Asian entries. That ongoing presence that we see of other countries coming more and more often to Canada to compete and to stay longer and play in 2 or 3 events. We're even seeing that in the juniors at the Deer Lodge bonspiel at the beginning of the year. A 16-year-old team from Korea had come in, and you know, when you think about 16 years old, the thought of sending 16-year-olds to Korea to curl would be very foreign to most of us, but it is very much a commitment by those nations to have their development programs include stops in Canada to see what other countries are doing.
So you'll see a lot of those teams from around the world next weekend. And of course, the local favorites will all be out here.
Well, you bet.
Good hack. Weight's good. Hair big.
Clean.
Weight's good. No, weight's good. Weight's good.
Yep. Yep.
Including the Jen Jones team.
Yep.
Made their debut as a team again. Jennifer having their second child. Losing the final last weekend. So obviously off to a good start, as we knew that they absolutely would.
We just feel it out.
I think we're ripping.
Jones and her husband Brent Lang were actually out here at the mixed doubles a couple weekends ago and had a good performance.
Yeah, firm.
Well, and for somebody coming off just having a child, mixed is really, really tough, because not only are you throwing, but you're getting up and you're running down the ice, sweeping your own stone. So probably not the easiest transition back into the sport.
Yep. Hard, guys. Hard, hard, hard. Right up.
Knows it at least.
Right up. Okay, that's fine.
Might be good.
Yeah, might be. But it's going to be hard to fall.
So Charlie did not seem to sound too particularly worried when he talked to Mike after 4, other than that uncharacteristic miss, which was just trying to pick out a stone, and the up weight ran straight. But not quite as precise as we've seen this team either, just bouncing off a few things. And so need to put a couple of really good shots together to get this 2 back in our ongoing sag of 2 with whoever has the hammer.
Wait on. It's there. Gotta go. Gotta go. Line's good. Room. Line's good. A little bit of room. Right there. Whoa. 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 Gotta curl. Gotta curl. Gotta curl. Whoa. 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 Hey. That's good. Good. Hopefully you can get it out.
You heard Mike ask Charlie too about being the only rinks out there right now. They've been playing with 7 other games going on at the same time. Doesn't make a difference to him, he says, although you mentioned to me yesterday in our broadcast that, hey, it's nice to hear the crowd sometimes when you make a nice big shot.
It is, but I think that, you know, the communication is so much easier when there's nobody else out here. If you flash back to Friday morning when 8 sheets were going and everyone's screaming, it's really hard to hear yourself think, never mind heard. And so now they're able to communicate up and down the sheet really easily.
Stay with this.
Right off, right off.
Get over there, get her over there.
Oh, yeah,
it's good. Nicely done.
Good read of angles to remove that stone, not jam.
Of course, we wouldn't want to forget our Shaw TV crews out there on rink 6.
They are doing a great job showing you those angles.
Fair bit more. Rocky, room. We can wait. Okay, room. Oh, lots of room. Lots of room, Conley.
With Reed's team spraying those stones around, so they're all on the outside.
A lot of room.
Charlie now trying to utilize the stone in the 12-foot as a guard, because he doesn't have very many good guards. There's that one that he tried to throw, wound up picking.
Okay.
And that will just slide too deep.
See 3rd?
Quarter.
What's that?
Quarter.
Okay. Could play bump at it too. We're 3 right now.
Yeah, I like killing it still.
Yeah, I'm just saying. So bump.
Bump and roll out, eh?
Yeah.
They can go away, B.
And it really is about making it go away. The decision to play down weight is what we have seen throughout this event, which is up weight runs dead straight. So you can't take tight enough ice. You don't want to pick out your own, but you also don't want flash. And this is more predictable weight that will catch the curl.
Yeah, yeah. Gotta go. Yeah. Right up, right up, right up. Right up, right up. Right up, right up, right up. Good job.
Nice job, B. Play that again? Yeah.
I'll try to look notionally at that hit and roll. The challenge with that is you're too far in the end to really be thinking about blank, and you're trying to find a way to score 2. And when you play the hit and roll, that's a long roll and you have to be perfect, or else the Carruthers team will pick it out. And so if you really are trying to get behind that stone, the best way to do it is to throw the draw, which is now the call.
Be there. Hey, line's good. It's okay. Room. Close.
Nathan Connolly is the 3rd for this Charlie Thomas team.
It's like a rocket. Yeah, it's pretty heavy. Jeez. Okay.
It's going to slide right through.
Throw it back, button around it. I won't. Well,
Nose tap too.
I like to come around. It's a nice speed there. Yeah. That was 13.8. Yeah, that's 15. Here's really good, right?
Yeah,
top 8, top 4.
Top 8.
Get an inch under, eh?
Yeah.
It's full speed here. It's
Give me a 415.
Okay. Toss your ball.
So just that little reinforcement by Colin
Line's
to
a little
Braden
tight.
before he
Go, go,
threw
go.
that it's full speed, very quick in this path.
Clean. Where, guys?
Do not want to be
Yep,
deep to
yep.
allow the out
Yes,
for
go.
the Thomas team.
Yep. Yep. Hard for split. Hard for split. Go, 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 go. Go, 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 go. Go, go, go on it. Go on it. Shot.
Okay. Easy loss. Yeah.
The Thomas rink, we mentioned it off the top. Finalists in last year's Alberta Provincial Championships, losing to Kevin Cooey. They actually beat Cooey in the 1 versus 2 game there to get an automatic berth into the final.
If that.
Cooey came back, clinched his berth into the final, and would beat the Thomas team
Yeah.
again. So
Yeah, line's fine
if
for
the
that.
Thomas rig makes some noise here later this year, might not be too surprising.
No, not at all. They are just that little bit off tonight,
Where's he going? that I'm
but it
worried
is a
about?
very strong
Here?
team.
And I got a short run or a
You
guard.
got the freeze and we're 2, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, rip it through the hole. I don't think the only other shot would be like this with bump.
That's scary though.
Yeah, let's get rid of it.
Yeah.
Okay. Even if you make that on top, he's still coming here, right?
Yeah. He's got a. I have a pretty straight out turn whipper, and it's
and
running
if he's
nice.
not shot, we follow him.
Yeah, it's nice and straight. Firm.
The
Here is
reason
firm.
that they don't want to
Nothing
hit and
mental here.
roll
Looks-
right in
looks
front of that
pretty,
stone
good.
and lie
Easy throw.
5
Sure.
is the concern is that they may wind up leaving the shooters in such a way that angles are set up that if Charlie goes around, it'll be really difficult for Reed to actually get to the stone. So if you hit and roll out on this shot, it doesn't really matter where Charlie puts his stone. It will be a short run off any of those yellow stones to remove the Thomas stone.
Yeah, definitely best to get it right out. I don't want to roll here.
No, here's. Can't go too thin. Just,
Yeah.
I got you. So we're good. Yep. Whoa, 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 whoa.
First stone
Clean.
for Reed Carruthers in this
Clean.
5th end.
Clean, clean.
Clean.
Nice throw.
Shot, Reed. Nice throw, bud.
Thanks.
Nicely done.
Yeah, just a low roll. It's like board weight, maybe. Is it right there?
That would be dandy.
Okay. Get close.
It was the objective not to stick around, just to make it go away.
Board weight. Trying to roll her under that yellow.
Looks like they still have an opportunity at 2, the Thomas rink.
Oh, sure. For Charlie, again, trying to utilize that stone up
Whoa,
top and
board
go
up.
behind it.
Heavy?
Close.
Yeah. Whoa. Board up. Brandon. Whoa, 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 whoa. Andrew,
Whoa.
Andrew. Little bit.
We'll get the roll that way. Just a little bit of struggles with where the broom needs to be in the outcome. So for Reed,
I like that. How do you like
not
that?
as much pressure
We'll
to
get a
roll
little
out.
bit
If he
here.
sticks
Not
around, that's
tons,
fine.
yeah.
It's a force.
Like a hair more
So
to be
objective
safe, or you
match.
I
like
think
that?
that's safe. I'm
Okay.
going to throw it.
Good.
Yeah.
Queen.
Reed Carruthers' final stone of this fifth end. Looking to remove that lone blue out of the house. And force Charlie Thomas into a shot for one.
Yeah, I think 14-5 to high 14s is good. Okay.
So a draw for one here, not what they maybe envisioned coming into this end, but not the end of the world either.
No, for sure hoping to get two, or if it didn't amount to that, to blank, and instead he's being forced to take one. For the Carruthers team, will be very happy at changing the momentum and changing that take two back and forth, because not only now are they up one, but they also have last rock in the even ends.
Overswept.
And it will be one for Charlie Thomas. And he cuts the deficit to 4-3. Reed Carruthers with the lead through 5 ends here at the Canad Inns Men's Classic in Portage la Prairie. Mike Valente, we're going to throw it down to you. What have you got up your sleeve now?
Thanks very much, guys. Yes, a reminder, we're on social media all night long, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. You can follow us at Shaw TV Winnipeg. We're giving you a behind-the-scenes look of the Portage Curling Club as our championship match continues. Kevin Cooey and his team came to Portage in style this weekend thanks to North Caribou Air. Pretty sweet-looking ride right there. Cooey, the 4-time Grand Slam winner, lost to Reed Carruthers earlier today, 9-4. Here in Portage. All right, last night we were on the air and brought you about 6 hours of curling coverage, and along with our viewers on the television side, there were many watching and appreciating our live stream via our Shaw TV Winnipeg YouTube page. That's up again as we speak, by the way, so check it out. We had people watching from Montreal, Pennsylvania, Nanaimo, BC, even in Brazil, to which our floor director Rebecca Fote replied in Portuguese. Even Kelsey Doring, sister of Kyle Doring, who is the second on Team Gunlugson, was watching in Vancouver. We carried their draw on Shaw TV last night, a heartbreaking loss to Steve Laycock's team in the final end. Kelsey doesn't like the Blue Jays hat. I'm going to bite my tongue a little bit there. Come on, Kelsey, support Canada's team. They need our help right now. Anyhow, that's your social media update, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram as our championship match continues. We'll go to break. You're watching the 2016 Canad Inns Men's Curling Classic on Shaw TV. Shaw TV presents the Canad Inns Women's Classic, live from Portage la Prairie, Manitoba. Our 2 days of coverage begins Sunday, October 23rd at 5 p.m. with the final match on Monday at 6 p.m. Live from Portage la Prairie, it's the Canad Inns Women's Classic, exclusively on Shaw TV and Shaw Direct, Channel 299.
Tavern United, a new world sports pub with a wide selection of sporting events televised at our 8 locations in Manitoba. Tavern United, a destination for great sports all the time.
Back here at the Canad Inns Men's Classic in Portage la Prairie, the Reed Carruthers team of 4-3 on Charlie Thomas here as they've begun playing the 6th end. Stay tuned following this Men's Classic final. We'll get you out to Western Hockey League action between the Moose Jaw Warriors and Edmonton Oil Kings following the Canad Inns Men's Classic.
Well, Charlie getting those 2 guards up. The long one, the 1, and then the 3 stone. And Reed not being able to do anything with those went in. And that's the situation. You're all caught up. And so for Charlie now wanting to tap those stones back, he's got the guards, but he's got no real good shot in that in-turn side. He's leaving that. So tapping the stone back, that's the call.
Weight's good. Looks heavy. A little heavy, maybe. A little heavy. Heavy. Yeah. There you go. Connolly, up. Yeah. Hard. Yeah. Hard all the way. Yeah. Yep. Okay, that's good. Not bad. Could almost get them all.
Reed Carruthers and Charlie Thomas.
Yeah.
Both are provincial junior champions from a few years back.
Yeah.
And in Thomas's case, a 2-time world junior champion. In my chat, though, with Reed's dad, Robin, earlier today, he mentioned that Reed holds a record when Reed qualified for the 03 Canadian Junior Championships. Actually won a 1-0 game there. Lowest scoring game in National Junior Championship history. So he blanked all the ends.
Well, that used to be the rule. You could run them up and down, and it was precision shot making. It was just boring to watch. And if you lost the hammer, you often lost the game. And so glad for rule changes so that it really is about, I mean, it still does very much factor in that last rock advantage, and first can often dictate the outcome of the game, but that's usually because maybe some shots are missed and you go back to that versus just some really well played shots.
He said at times there were a lot of rocks in play in that 1-0 game, but Reed kept getting them out of there in any way, shape, or form.
Well, and sometimes it's deceiving now. We often will see low-scoring games, but if you watch those games, there's 6 rocks in play. But because of the ice conditions and the ability of so many of these players to throw the upweight, it looks as though there's going to be a lot, and next thing you know, the dust clears and there's no rocks left.
Can it ever angle back? Oh, for sure it can. You can stuff it there.
Can't nut it if you play this.
Okay.
You can't. No.
If you're sure
Doesn't
you
look
can't
like
nut it, then go ahead.
You can spin it to here, but
yeah.
Okay. Quite conservative. Straight feels good, right?
Yeah, straight peel's good.
Okay.
But I think you just make a
make a
run at it.
Just go deep. Big half.
Trying to get 2.
No, just the one.
Letting them know that maybe that last little motion was out.
Derek.
Shot.
High. Yep. Pretty high. Super clean. Super clean. Felt heavy to me. Whoa, easy. Just as high as you can. We're over it. Doesn't need to be half. Too deep. Oh. Okay. Yep. Same thing, Reed, or no?
Yeah, you could play it like this way.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, that's 3/4.
Like 2/3.
Lining up the double.
Top and back?
Yeah, good to go. Straight feels good, B. Runs nice here, bud.
And those stones are closer together than when Derek threw.
Just one. Whoa.
You heard the same thing out of his hand as you did out of Derek's, just one.
Okay. Go, B. I think one more. Yeah. You want to do something soon? Well, I think one more. Okay, I do too.
And the do you want to do something, referring to do you want to tap that stone of the Thomas team that's in the 8-foot back to the 4-foot? Do you want to go around the guard? Do you want to start to try to get shot? But you can hear the team suggesting that one more guard is the plan.
A little less. Well, it's got a bit of line. Higher for sure. Good. No, it doesn't need to curl. Whoa. Okay. Whoa. Whoa.
Yeah. This thing.
Good.
Yeah. Yeah. I did the same thing. It kind of felt funny. No, try it again.
Peel the one. Close to getting all. It's a better angle to get all three
Carruthers
now.
team, this is back-to-back finals for
Better
them
angle to get all three now.
on the World Curling Tour, finalists last week.
No risk in playing.
By straight rep, by straight rep.
And
I
hoping to
agree.
get the win this week in Portage la Prairie.
Not sure, bud.
So one more go, trying to run that top guard back, clip the second guard on the way through.
Okay, good.
And for the third time in a row, just one.
Shot. That I played? Oh yeah, same thing you played, yeah. Right there. Okay.
You like here?
You tapping it now?
Now, very similar to the shot that Charlie played in the second end, the tap stone. Ice conditions here don't typically change during the course of the game.
Yeah, time's good here.
You need about 14 for this.
Yeah.
Weight's not bad. It's probably there. Just line. Post.
Close.
Yep.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Clean,
Yep.
clean.
Back 4.
Whoa,
Whoa.
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 Just back.
Whoa. 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 Whoa.
Very nice. It's a great shot.
Hair low.
Right on the beak, I think. Oh, maybe a sliver low.
Hair low.
Across to the.
Great weight. Nice tap. Did not create a lot of separation. And so this now is the straight back for Reed. Catch about half of that stone. It will go out where Braden is sweeping.
Don't peel? Yeah. Okay, buddy. Toss your brat. Peel, Hodge.
So the first stone of the 6th then for Reed Carruthers.
Really hard.
Yep.
Really hard.
Yep. Hard. 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 Whoa, whoa.
Nice shot. And that dispelled a lot of granite.
Yeah.
And that is how easy an end that you think someone will score a bunch of points disappears. Gets 4 rocks going.
There, he'll whack it in there, yeah.
A little heavier you want. Then drop.
Yep.
What do you want to do?
Just back, I think, baiting.
Right in between?
Yep.
Okay.
And the Thomas team has to figure out now if they can maybe hold Carruthers here.
Well, that is an option for sure. He could choose to hit the stone that is in the house. It is fully open to him. But for Charlie, he's looking for a way to steal here, and he knows that if he hits it on the nose, Reed will hit and blank, and we're going to 7. With only 2 ends left, he feels his best opportunity is to utilize that guard he's playing to draw deep in the house so that any run back by Reed would be more difficult than a short run.
Got lots of room. Just backseat. Have to wait.
But you're right, it also does open the door to a pair for Reed Carruthers.
Line's great. Line's not bad. Line's not bad. Still room. Brandon, get ready. Yep. Back button. Back button. Yep. Line's good now. Yep. Back button. I think it's there. I think it's there. Whoa. Whoa. Easy. Whoa. Whoa. Yep. Yep. Good. Yep. Like bump. Yeah. Nice weights for 2. Easy. Probably easy makes it 2. Yeah. Even if you stick it for 1's okay, Hodge. Yeah.
Good brushing, good line call. It's right behind that other guard. Trying to take it back now. All they have to do is outcount that stone in the 12-foot and want to create some separation, which they do.
They're all playing it.
Oh, so do I.
It's huge.
Yeah.
Score 2 is huge.
They're going to play it.
Stay over here.
Might be worth the risk.
Well, those voices you were hearing were Derek and Call on the front end, very confident about playing this shot, very much wanting Reed to play this shot.
Just easy. Easy.
They have seen a lot of rocks in this path in the last end.
Just easy, guys. Easy, Hodge. Easy. Okay.
So the final stone.
Just easy.
6th end for Reed Carruthers. He has his eye on another deuce here. Has to tap that yellow onto the blue, and he will not do it. So it is a steal of 1 for Charlie Thomas's team. And we've played 6 ends here at the Canad Inns Men's Classic final in Portage la Prairie, all tied up at 4. We'll take a break. Be right back. You're watching the Canad Inns Men's Classic right here on Shaw TV.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Oh, did you want to?
Sorry, I'll let you.
Next time.
Someone is creating a device that amplifies paranormal activity. And we might be the only ones who can stop it.
Holtzman, come on.
The hat is too much, right? Is it the wig or the hat?
Levitt Machinery WHL Hockey is live on Shaw. Watch Friday, October 7th when the Kamloops Blazers embark on an early Central Division swing with a stop in Calgary to face the always tough Hitmen. Levitt Machinery WHL Hockey, only on Shaw.
Tavern United, a new world sports pub with a wide selection of sporting events televised at our 8 locations in Manitoba. Tavern United, a destination for great sports all the time.
Back here in the final of the Canad Inns Men's Classic. It's coming right down to the wire here between Reed Carruthers and Charlie Thomas. They're all tied up at 4 after back-to-back singles from the Charlie Thomas team. They get 1 with the hammer in 5 and then steal 1 in the 6th end. And Reed Carruthers had a chance there if he makes that last shot of the 6th to go up 6-3.
Yeah.
And put a ton of pressure on the Thomas team going home. Instead, we're all tied.
Love it.
Gotta go a bit, I think. Isn't this really late?
Line's
Line's
good.
really good.
Line's real good.
Line's good. We gotta go more stuff.
A little bit of room.
Gotta go.
Go ahead. Okay, room, guys. Room. Go hard. Go hard. Go. Go, 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 go.
Okay, it's there.
Good.
Of course, Reed and his team will be back in Portage la Prairie around February 2017. That is the Viterra Championship, which will be hosted at the PCU Center, not here at the Portage Curling Club, but at the hockey rink on the island, the PCU Center. They held the provincial Scotties there a couple years ago. And you can bet Team Carruthers will be right in the mix there.
Should be over. Line's a bit tight. Can't touch it.
Charlie Thomas and his team not concerned about stones in the house. Their plan very much as it was last end to steal here in 7 or at a minimum 4. So trying to make sure that they can utilize the free guard zone for the guards. You can see DJ sliding a little bit too much. And so that double will be relatively easy when the Carruthers team are able to remove those stones.
The Carruthers rink was able to knock off another Manitoba team, Mike McEwen,
A little bit early. Yes,
earlier
early,
this
yes.
weekend, 6-5 on the B side.
Hard.
And the McEwen team went out of this tournament a lot earlier than they would have hoped.
It's good. Hard. Hard. Whoa. Room. Whoa.
For what?
You need to curl.
You heard it.
Cut.
Might not be the easiest double peel. We're not looking too good right now. I know.
You gotta try and get around and just bump it.
Hey.
It's tough to see
you
from
can't
the
throw
hack.
like a spinner at this.
What did you say? Never mind. You can't bump
I'll
that.
take it off a little.
A spinner
Okay.
talking about the amount of rotation that he sometimes
just freezing?
throws.
What's that? Just freeze? No, I think you want T-line. Like you need a little separation.
Well, like, he cleared that by nothing. I don't know if we're bumping.
Pardon?
He got by like nothing there, so I don't know if we're going to be able to bump here.
I know. I mean, you're probably going to get to maybe half a rock and just chip off, but that's fine. I mean, you just need to move them.
Okay.
And he's right, Nathan, noting that the last stone just got by the guard. They are over buried as you look at that. That is what Brandon is looking at from the hack. And so for Charlie, he's not asking him to throw hack weight or back 12, but just to move that second stone back just that little bit.
Light. Yep. Yep. Hard. Hard.
Guard.
Okay. Yeah, you still gotta go, still gotta go.
You know what?
Okay.
Yeah, you do this. Guard this. Next one.
What am I doing?
2/3. Yeah.
Am I guarding?
Yeah. Yeah.
You can see with
Pretty
the
good.
tapping.
This is his shot, right?
Yeah.
Tapping of the last stone, the angles on those two guards on the right-hand side of the line have changed. There's not one stone, there's two. They do not go back towards the shot stones.
Yeah, it's perfect. I'd rather leave them that than the hole, is all I'm saying.
And the reason that they're cornering on that blue stone is right now, that's the shot for Charlie Thomas. The angle run off his own into the 4-foot. And so if you cover about half of that, it takes that stone away and also, you know, removes that hole that is still open.
Kind of a little more, Reed.
Okay.
Speed's nice. Fast, yeah.
It's good. Two.
Whoa, whoa,
2/3.
whoa, whoa.
I think line should be fine.
Derek Savigalski,
Whoa.
Two.
Wait.
Two.
the second on this Carruthers team.
Yep, yep.
Line. Two.
Yep, line.
Three.
Oh, we're small bump. Okay. Let it sit, let it sit.
It's really good. Good shot. Sit there.
Nice,
sit
Brad.
there.
It's good.
Okay. Yeah.
Now they got that little bit of a bounce they didn't want, and so that shot's still there.
Okay. Unless you want. What's that? How much weight? Yeah, normal. Okay. I just want to stick it there, right?
Yeah.
What do you think? Okay.
I kind of feel like feel or control. I don't feel like normal.
Oh, I like it.
Big.
Whoa. Yep. Yep. Five.
Brandon
Whoa.
Clausen
Whoa. Whoa.
trying to run this blue back.
Okay.
Removes one yellow.
So same weight, basically. A foot or two more. I'm gonna
Same weight. No, same throw.
Same. Okay.
Take it 15 feet if you want to.
It'll come out as more anyways.
That hit, guys. Anyone know? Don't think it did?
Same throw, buddy. So you want the exact same weight?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Get it running 50.
Top
That
8
weight
or top?
probably almost got here, eh?
Yeah. So I'll throw the same weight.
Similar.
Okay, boys, same weight. And
Go,
let
buddy.
you guys make it happen. Dial it in. Here we go.
More.
There. Got 5, 6.
I got 7.
Clean.
7. A little tighter. Play it tight.
Clean.
Line only.
Weight's good. 7. Whoa.
Trying to come right down on the face of
Line
their
only.
own
Whoa.
stone.
Weight's
And
good.
lie 2
Weight's
buried.
Good. Yep. Yep. Weight's perfect.
Whoa. Whoa.
Goodbye.
Whoa. Where, guys?
Goodbye. Let's do it.
Whoa. Doesn't need to curl. Stay close, Braden. Yep. Line. Whoa. Yep. 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 Yep.
Oh, nice.
Shot. Shot.
Good.
Very nice.
Remember that yellow back? Yeah.
Well, they had the confidence that it was going to go. They know that that in-turn facing away is where all that finish is. In fact, it actually curls across the center line as you watch it come to a halt. And so the run back still is there for Charlie Thomas, but now he's driving one of Reed Carruthers' stones back.
Whoa. Close. Whoa. Yep. Yep. Yep.
Nathan Conley trying to remove as many yellow as possible. Just the one, though. And 2 yellow still in there.
What do you do, though? Go take a look, Pete. This could be, I don't know where you put this without leaving a pocket. You know what I mean?
So best shot.
It drags now.
Hey?
It drags now.
Yeah, it does.
It's got to go top 8 around that one then, don't we?
But just come look. I don't.
Are they locked?
If he hits, no. But if he hits high, can he ever like spin him this way?
Oh.
Tough.
No. No. He's never hitting probably better than here, maybe here at most, I think.
Okay.
Actually, well, if he hammers this, but it's probably just going to have draw weight in there.
What's that?
Well,
Yeah,
if I
that
hit
would-
a quarter
if he
rock
actually
with
hammers this,
top
then
12
that would
weight.
just like draw in there.
Top
pretty
12
good.
weight, hit a quarter rock on this.
Yeah.
I don't think we need to touch it. If anything, he's doing this. You get another one in the rings.
Good.
I think that's perfect right there.
It's real good speed. Just full 12.
Yeah. Tight's pretty good.
What's that?
Tight's okay.
Yeah.
Don't want to give him a big pocket. Tights for halfway guards better than
This
deep.
gets scary,
Just
so.
don't want to give him a pocket to throw it into.
Yeah.
Top 12.
And the
Getting
pocket
real
they're
good
talking
speed
about
here.
is to run that stone back again, the one that was just run back. And that's why this is going to be third shot. And even if it's biting or in front, it's taking away
Clean.
that
40.
straight
This
back.
looks like just a guard.
Yeah.
Let's go then.
Yeah.
Just go.
Curl.
It's just the guard.
Curl. Yeah, got to curl.
Yep.
Curl. Help, Derek.
Okay, good.
Yep, curl.
Good.
Yep.
Whoa.
Frozen.
Line it up.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, you might just get second shot. Might not be bad right now. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
I know you're looking at maybe that, but
Well, that's not bad because then we always kind of have this.
yes.
It's pretty natural.
That's what I'm thinking.
You know?
Yeah. I like that.
Can we come around for shot? Or is that not good?
I mean, yeah, you can get right
I feel
there.
like it's gonna warp in there.
You can go right there. And they're in trouble.
I don't mind trying that.
Okay, I don't mind it either.
Okay.
I think just like right here.
I agree. They were looking at playing down to those stones,
Pretty close.
but with that guard situation, the way that it is, and those stones over buried, if you're tight to those guards, you're on top of the yellow one. So you have room by the guard, and it will finish so hard, you can for sure get shot. And then Reed's back chasing.
Close.
Hey.
Nathan Conley is the third on this Charlie Thomas team.
We can go weight too.
Yep.
Hey, room. Yep.
Mine's pretty good.
Weight's good. Room.
Mine's good.
Yep. Room.
Where?
Room. Top 4, T. Really tight to this.
Whoa.
Looks heavy. Looks heavy.
Room. Yeah.
Great shot, beauty.
Nice.
That is shot stone.
Right here?
Yep. What was that, 15? Yep.
There's that room by the guard and the huge finish at the end.
Yeah, 4-1. Four's fine.
Toss your bud. Okay, pretty close, B. A little heavy right now.
I got pretty good.
Weight's not bad.
Yep. Clean.
Yep, you got it. Looks a little heavy.
Whoa.
Well then. Clean, yep. 6, 7, 8, 7, 8. Whoa. Room. 8.
T-liner a little bit deeper is the call from the sweepers.
Back 4. Ever. Still back 4. A little bit, Reed.
And you might think, oh, good, they're lying 2, but you can see that pocket
Yeah, just come right on it.
that's created.
Move it a bit.
Yeah, I mean, if the line is great, then we just go right there, right?
It doesn't really matter to move it because like he's not hammering it. You can't see it.
No. It's a little more than you said.
These two teams met last week on the tour. It was the Carruthers rink.
It was
winning 8-5.
well back 4, more than Nathan's.
So, is bump death?
No. As long as the line's good.
And they meet again here in Portage la Prairie.
Yeah, just the T line is okay.
A little more than yours.
I don't
Okay,
think so.
Well then, you got
Whoa,
room.
wait.
Whoa.
Close.
No, you
We
gotta
can
wait.
wait.
Gotta wait.
We can wait. Line's
Landon.
close.
Line only. Should be there.
So Charlie Thomas's first shot of the 7th end.
Brandon. We're still bumping. Brandon. We're bumping. Gotta go. Gotta go.
Trying to drag it in there for shot.
I think that's enough. Their shot though.
I get the inside. We have this for a bunch later.
I think he's talking blue, blue, yellow, yellow. This is what he's talking about. That's what he was talking about.
I know, but it's lined up
touch
terrible.
It should drag, right?
Yeah.
2/3.
I was thinking half.
I agree with that. Yeah.
Thick half.
Yep. As long as it touches it, we're laughing. Think it touches it? I think it does.
Yep.
Are they looking at these guards here?
They're looking at the blue guard out front to drive it back onto the yellow blue.
Yeah, good.
If we're convinced it touches, this is the best result, for sure.
It looks like it does.
That's always that
right?
questionable space. They think the drag is there.
Should.
So
It
to
just
hit
has to
those
drag
two
like a
blue,
little.
That's what I mean. Like
so
right
that they will drive
that's
back
right.
onto the yellow stone. The yellow on the nose will go onto the other yellow at the angle and remove the blue shot stone. And the guard will be still up
It's
there.
almost like if you hit it on the nose, it does it. No.
Look at the separation though. That should drag a bit, right?
Yeah, if
There's
you
not
nose,
much.
if you nose it, it'll only help it, right? It
So
shouldn't
millimeter
kick
high
it
then?
this way.
3/4.
Nose, millimeter higher nose.
3/4.
Yeah.
Like look at that separation. That drags that much.
7/8, 9/10.
The best result is if we just clip it.
Yeah.
Sure.
I think right now it almost does. Like it looks like it does just clip it.
So then we want to hit 4/5.
Yeah.
I think you have to be just off
sure,
nose.
just a
I think
touch
nose
high,
is
guys.
It's a
too
lot of
much.
separation though.
What's that?
Just a touch high. I don't think it's like
No,
big
I
at all.
agree.
Just a
Yeah.
touch high.
4/5. 3/4.
Firm?
Yep. Don't have to bomb it.
Yeah, you're right.
You just got to hit it good.
9/10, 4/5, anything high?
So just a touch high.
Anything
probably
just
there,
high?
eh?
Yeah,
Or
I agree.
nose? I think it hits it if you hit on the nose.
Yeah, I agree.
Looked like it almost got it there.
So looking for blue, blue, yellow, yellow, blue.
Don't feel? Firm. Okay, buddy.
Let's see.
Posture, bro. Firm hunch. Okay.
First shot of the 7th end, Reed Carruthers.
Whoa. Whoa.
Trying to
Right
go
off,
blue,
right off.
blue,
Whoa. Whoa.
yellow, yellow,
Whoa.
blue. There's blue, blue,
Good. Beauty. Great.
and the yellow pushes the blue just back enough.
Carruthers lies two.
Coming through the hole. Just tap it right there. Even if we freeze, actually.
And here it is again. About as good as they could have hoped for, I think, there.
Yeah, I know. I meant this one. It's tough, but
So what though? I mean, it just stuffs right there. Anything you lose there, then that comes into play.
yeah.
I think this is the call. I don't think.
Just tap it back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to visualize where you're gonna.
I don't even know if there's a hole there, is there?
That's going to be pretty wide. Like we're going to be pretty close to this one. Yeah. Yep. Yep.
Seen a lot of the intern going this way. Not a whole lot of shots thrown with the out. You can see he needs to get tight to those guards to tap
Can't
that
really
yellow
blast
stone
it.
back.
Yeah.
I think it's the call.
Okay. So what kind of weight?
That's back four.
Same kind of weight?
Yeah, exactly.
If we make this hole, it'll be quite the shot. Back
Should
4.
curl in there.
Yeah, I think so.
Like same weight?
Same weight, yeah.
Charlie Thomas's final stone of the 7th end.
Wait for it. Close. No.
And a
Close.
4-4 tie.
Hard! 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 Gotta go! Hard! Hard! Hard!
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
Tap it for 2? Yeah. You tap it to the face of the blue, I think it's guaranteed.
Tap it.
Minimize some of the damage. That's about the best that he could have done. He can't tap that stone out, excuse me, because of all the granite behind it. Got himself second shot. Reed for sure does have the tap for 2.
Gonna steal a 1.
Okay, yeah, you're right. This was over, Harry, if you play it.
Yeah.
It's just here. It's got to be fairly tight. No, maybe not. I got better than that.
Yeah.
Let's say you threw it
We
pretty
can come
good
off
in
a
the
lot of
middle.
rocks. Like we can hit the
Middle
blue rock, we can hit the back. Can we use the backing, boss?
Yeah, we can.
Yeah.
Okay.
So are we
all
throwing
line.
back line
It's all
or
line.
just like just dead tap weight?
I think like I'm throwing back 8 kind of
Okay.
like trying to play the dead nose on the
Yeah,
just a
for sure.
millimeter high.
Yep.
I think that's good.
Okay.
A little more.
More?
Yeah, good. Good back 4 here, guys.
Okay, bro. I think speed looks pretty good still.
Yeah, I think
It's Harley's they drive the long way. All right, tough one.
Back 4, back 8, guys.
Okay.
just a touch less.
Yeah, I like that.
I think that's good there.
Yeah, I do too.
So last rock of the 7th end, Reed Carruthers.
Clean. Looks pretty good.
Whoa.
How much?
Whoa.
Back line.
Looking for his 3rd deuce of the game.
Whoa. Back house.
Whoa.
Wait
Missed
for
a
it.
shot for 2 last end, but he has
Whoa.
another chance here in 7.
Clean. Clean, yeah. Back house.
Whoa. Whoa. Just clean, just clean.
And he has to tap that yellow back, and he's done just that.
Lovely
Right
shot.
onto the button. And it is 2 for Reed Carruthers, and they will head to the final end with a 6-4 lead and a chance to win $60,000 in the Canad Inns Men's Classic. We'll be right back on Shaw TV, Channel 9.
In this dominion of football, every Western team holds on to a championship story. We're here to bring you the next story.
Crown Produce Canada West Football is live on Shaw. Tune in Friday, October 21st when the defending champion UBC Thunderbirds fight for their playoff lives when they do battle with a high-flying attack of the Regina Rams. Crown Produce Canada West Football, only on Shaw.
Outward Bound Canada, with the support of the Shaw Kids Investment Program, helps vulnerable youth build resiliency and leadership skills through inspiring and challenging journeys in the great outdoors. Outward Bound Canada is proudly supported through the Shaw Kids Investment Program.
Canad Inns Destination Centers, proud to support our community with 10 destination centers in Manitoba.
Back here at the Canad Inns Men's Classic in Portage la Prairie, where Team Reed Carruthers has a 6-4 lead on Team Charlie Thomas as we've begun play here in the 8th and potentially final end.
Charlie will set up the 2 corner guards and hope that one stays there, enough to bury one good one behind, and then have that second point on his final stone.
Little room right now, Nathan. Little girl. This bad boy. Well, it looks here. Beauty. Run pretty straight. Get under.
Yeah, if you throw T-line, it's great.
Yeah. Is that the same ice?
So I gave you here. I'm thinking this.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
You need to move it a foot or two, Hodge. So you
Yeah,
can give us something
same
similar.
weight.
Yeah,
Similar.
Nice ab. Get it running.
We're there now.
Clean. Line's pretty good.
Weight's pretty good.
Clean.
T-line.
Yep. Clean. Whoa, whoa, whoa,
Just
whoa.
T-line.
Whoa.
Nice, T.
Whoa.
Top 4. T-line.
Dying
Yep.
on us, dying.
Yep.
Yep.
T-line.
Hard. Hard. Go, 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 go.
Move
Read
it.
up, read up.
Hard, hard, hard. Good shot, Hodge.
Nice, Hodge.
Good boy. Really good.
And here comes the second guard from Charlie, and then Team Carruthers will be looking to just remove as much granite as possible.
Not bad for this rough. Should be okay.
Should slide though.
Yep.
Should slide.
Line's good. Even. Even. Oh, looks good. Good shot. It's good. Good shots.
And the second guard is up.
Turn. Just smooth, boys. Yeah, nice smooth one.
I don't mind either, so whichever guard you like.
This one's good.
Okay.
And they're pretty flat, so there's no opportunity to remove both. So he's giving Derek an opportunity to choose.
Just clean. Yep. 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 Good. Nice throw.
Thomas team looking to replace the stone just removed by Derek.
Probably. Maybe. Probably. Line's good. We're there. Turn it down a little. Line's great. Even them up.
For both teams, it would be their first win of the year. We've mentioned Carruthers, a finalist last weekend, oh so close. And now an end away here from getting that victory.
Same thing, Derek. Just firm.
Nice clean
Throw a
throw
little
here,
bit here,
buddy.
beat or no?
I think you'll get an inch.
Okay.
It's pretty regular.
Just firm, boys.
Yeah.
And this stone is covering more of the 8-foot than the other stone. We're asking Derek to remove this side now.
Yep. Yep.
Clean.
Yep. Straight up. Straight up. Nice prep.
Thanks, buddy. One more. Yeah.
A little bit.
Go. Not curling. Not curling. Room. Easy. Gotta curl.
And the guards will go up until about when, Kathy?
Another couple, and then they're going to have to deal with those stones. But at this point, he's just trying to find a way to have at least one guard and then go around it and bury it. And he may have to make that double on his final stone.
Yeah.
What am I looking at?
But there certainly is enough separation now in terms of height
Try to go under.
that there is the potential for the double peel.
Thin half-ish.
It's like a third to me.
Okay, buddy.
Third is pretty close. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Close.
No!
Ah.
Okay.
Just the one.
Fine,
And flirted with the other yellows in the house.
It's fine, dude.
There, guys. A little ambitious.
Yeah.
Just overthrown for the broom that was given, or a little bit full, and it ran so straight.
I think just in line with this one. Okay. Probably a little late. Hey, room. Line's good. Line's good. You can go. It's okay. Not curling. Line's good. Room. Back 8. Room. You can go all the way back. Room though. Stay with it. Yep. Hard.
Go, 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 go,
Hard.
go, 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 go.
Hard.
Go, 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 go.
Okay. Okay.
Great weight. That finish is so hard.
You'll still have at least a quarter though, B, don't you? Should have a quarter, I think. Peel it out.
If I hit thin on our top yellow, does it get it or no?
Oh, then
Yeah,
he
you
draws
get
around the
real thin.
Oh, that's what
It's
we
like
need.
a quarter to make that.
I've got like 2 inches of it. I can make it.
Yeah.
And it's not a disaster if I hit our top yellow real
No.
thin, right?
I think you just
Okay.
throw firm.
Yeah. Just try and throw it good.
Yeah, good toss.
If you hit that top yellow one very thin, it drives
Yeah, you got
it
about a
onto
quarter,
the
eh?
one stone, which
Not
is the
quite,
one
no.
that's the yellow stone in the
in this
4-foot, and you probably move
just
that
firm.
blue one depending on how much you catch. It might even go
A little
out.
more.
For Braden, just trying to pick that blue stone out.
Yep.
Easy.
Yep.
Yep.
Hard, 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 hard.
Hard.
Hard,
Yep.
hard, hard, hard. Go, buddy, go.
Yep.
Go,
Whoa,
go,
whoa.
go, go.
Good.
Whoa. Nice throw.
Copy.
And the
Very
blue
nice.
goes away.
You were fine. Yeah.
Now, well-thrown stone, very nice weight, didn't overthrow it. And so it got that little bit of movement that was necessary to remove it.
Nathan Conley will have a similar shot to his first.
Well, looking to bury
Hey, line's good
deeper
right
in the
now.
house now.
Yeah, we can wait.
Be fine if it's third shot. Doesn't want to have the
Bit of room.
opportunity for
Line's
Reed
okay.
to be able to
Little
pick
wider.
out the
Whoa.
stone. That's why they're
Yep.
trying to play it deep.
Yep. Wait only. Room.
Gotta go. Line's good.
Line's great.
Go for weight. Go for weight.
Yep.
Go for weight. Go, go,
Hard
go,
for
go,
weight.
go, 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 go.
Hard.
Hard, Brandon. Hard. There. Good. Yeah. Easy.
Yeah.
Great
This side won't kill us though, because he's got
Then how's he score 3
Alright,
though? Or
so
2?
something on it.
If we could, we should tap this out.
For sure.
I don't know if you can though.
Come down to the face of that stone at the back.
Sure.
If he's able to do that, it essentially removes the
I got
value of having that
14-6.
stone there. And
Okay.
don't forget,
I got
Charlie
that on
does
his
need
first-
sorry,
to score 2
14-5-2.
here
Okay.
to tie it up and to force the
Decent
extra.
speed
Yeah, I
there.
think it's regular.
14-6.
Shot. You going right down to it, Reese?
Yeah.
Okay, buddy.
We're 2 right now, guys. So
Okay.
drawing in the 8-foot's okay.
Okay.
Right back to it.
Okay, buddy.
A little less, Braden.
How's that?
Hold on. That's good.
Toss your bro.
First shot of this 8th end for Reed Carruthers.
Pretty good, Reed.
Wayne. Now back line. Yep. Yep. Got to. Back 12. Whoa. Whoa. Line's clean. Good call. Through. Yep. Heavy. Yep. Back 12 through. Whoa. Through. Clean. It's through. Yep. Whoa.
Trying to make it 2 for Charlie Thomas, as difficult as possible.
Whoa. Off. You got it. It's good. It's good. Whoa. Hard.
Good. Good shot.
Good shot, Reed. Really good, bud.
I think that goes over the top.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's play that then.
Yeah, like the roll is pretty close to that, right?
Control?
Control?
Yeah.
I think you need probably like firm control.
Nice if this was there.
Just to make sure we kill these.
Okay, that's fine. I don't mind that. Yeah.
So playing the double and trying to roll his shooter underneath that corner guard, feeling that the angle that he will have to hit these stones to make the double will miss his stone at the back.
Make that roll?
Yeah. It's like a good control.
Okay.
Charlie Thomas with his first stone in this 8th end.
It's good. Whoa, close. Whoa. 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 Watch roll, watch roll, watch roll.
Wants to hit the yellows and roll here.
Well, he did not get that roll.
Yeah, no, I'm not doing. I'm not
Rip it over the top, right? Take a run at it.
You stick it, you're laughing, right? Even if you don't stick it, I mean, it's there, but it'd be nice to stick this or just make it, right?
Yeah.
Just
roll a little bit.
You just play easy at it.
For sure, if we jam,
We're still,
we're okay.
still he's got to play a thin double.
Let's try and make this, right?
Yeah.
You don't need the double. You make the double, the game ends here. But even if you only make this one, Charlie will have to make a triple if he's able to stick it.
That's easy.
What kind of weight?
Easy.
Okay, bro. Easy, Hodge. A little heavy. Clean.
So
No.
Reed Carruthers' final stone
Normal.
in this 8th
Clean it.
end.
Nope.
Normal.
Whoa.
Normal.
Ben.
Get over the top.
Removes the first blue.
Yep. Get it right out.
The shooter's going to roll right out.
Good. Okay, Reed.
Is this normal?
Tough.
You don't
Well,
have
I
to
guess
get that
it's there.
out.
The same weight.
Okay. Yeah, I don't mind that.
It's less than a quarter.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So this is a very thin double.
Right there?
Needs to stick the shooter.
Holy, looks like too much. You're almost playing to miss it.
Yeah. It's going to be close.
I think that looks good.
Same weight.
Okay.
Coming thin off of it.
Okay.
So Charlie Thomas, what a run it's been here to the Canad Inns Men's Classic final. He's knocked off some great teams. We'll need to make a great shot here, though, to extend this one.
Yep.
Hard.
Oh.
Needs a double,
And he picked.
and he's picked. And that will do it.
We got one.
The Manitoba event has its Manitoba champion, Reed Carruthers, the winner of the 2016 Canad Inns Men's Classic. Kathy Gauthier, what was the difference in this one tonight?
You know, I think that the last rock advantage certainly helped. The Reed Carruthers team that we saw tonight was much stronger from lead right through to skip, and certainly confidence for Reed. A couple of really big shots, and then the ability to force Charlie to only get one, even though they stole one to make it back even. I really felt that the confidence really was on Reed Carruthers' side.
All right, once again, the final score, Reed Carruthers 6, Charlie Thomas 5. Reed Carruthers is the Canad Inns Men's Classic champion. We're going to throw it down to Mike Valente, who's going to wrap things up for us here from Portage la Prairie.
Thank you very much to Kevin and Kathy. That's right, 6-5 final score. Team Reed Carruthers, champions here at the Canad Inns Men's Classic for 2016. It was quite the weekend. Enjoyable for us. We hope it was enjoyable for you watching along on Shaw TV and our live YouTube stream. We'll be back next weekend for the Women's Classic. Until then, good night from Portage la Prairie.